J. Cole lost the battle before it even began, honestly, and right now he's thrown the towel in, basically. J. Cole announced that he is apologizing to Kendrick Lamar for the diss track, and he's not going to go at it. Let's go back to the start of this and analyze this whole beef and why the battle was over before it even started, honestly. Okay, so the Big Three is a concept created by hip-hop fans. It is basically the holy trinity of rappers from the 2010s, and those three being Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole. They are seen as some of the most influential rappers of the 2010s going into the 2020s, and also some of the most popular and best-selling rappers. Basically, these three have been on top for a very, very long time. And I'm not sure they really like each other. At least Kendrick Lamar doesn't really fuck with what's going on over there on that side. Drake has been sneak dissing Kendrick for a long time now. Typical Drake thing to do, honestly, but we know what happened last time when he got in a beef, so I can see why he avoids it. While J. Cole has always stayed humble and quiet, not really commenting on the whole thing and even praising his peers. Kendrick has for the most part stayed quiet as well, aside from some people thinking that he's been firing back at Drake's sneak disses, but he's also been confident in his work, which is clear. Kendrick has these moments where he does kind of just snap and says, "Fuck y'all, I'm him." He did this with his verse on Control, pretty much going after everybody in the industry and how he's going after them to kill them and that he's better than everybody, including J. Cole and Drake. He also came in aggressively on Family Ties, which was kind of his return after a couple of years of not dropping anything, saying stuff like "don't address me unless it's with 4 letters, meaning GOAT, and stuff like "smoking on your top 5, which gave birth to this legendary clip.
What top 5 you smoking on, Kendrick? Cause my top 5 is Drake, 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 Drake. If we broke it off, then you know it wasn't painless.
So basically, Cole is the humble one, Kendrick has his moments where he goes off the grid, and Drake is just being Drake, being a drama queen. Until J. Cole and Drake teamed up to do a song together on Drake's album For All the Dogs. The song is called First Person Shooter, and it was huge. It was basically J. Cole and Drake bigging themselves up, saying how they're the best and on top. J. Cole even directly mentions the Big Three and kind of fires his shots a little, saying, "Love when they argue the hardest MC, is it K-Dot, is it Aubrey, or me? We the Big Three like we started the league, but right now I feel like Muhammad Ali." Basically saying, you know, I'm number one. And Kendrick Lamar didn't really like that Cole and Drake seem to be teaming up, and the sneak dissing Drake has been making, the comment that J. Cole made, it just kind of got to him, let's say. And on March 22nd, 2024, he did a feature on Metro Boomin and Futures' We Don't Trust You. And this feature is basically him letting his nuts hang on everybody.
Motherfuck the Big Three, nigga, it's just big me, nigga, bum.
He also said this, which I think is a diss towards Drake. "Your best work is a light pack, Prince outlived Mike Jack, all your dogs getting buried, it's a K with all these nines, you gon' see Pet Cemetery." Bum! Again, I think this is mostly at Drake. The Pet Cemetery line is clearly a play on words on Drake's album For All the Dogs. The Prince outlived Mike Jack bar is because Drake just passed up Michael Jackson for the most #1s in Billboard history. And Kendrick is basically calling himself Prince, the more critically acclaimed artist and the one who lives longer. And basically saying, yeah, your best project is nothing. Well, at Cole, I feel like the digs were just because he's kind of teaming up with Drake by doing a song with him, and he was basically telling him, look, you're not that guy, pal. I'm number one.
You're not that guy. Okay. Yeah, you? Absolutely.
Everyone went crazy on social media over this because Kendrick doesn't really do this type of stuff, okay? He barely does music. I mean, at this point, I feel like he's retired. He barely releases songs, and for him to do a feature and go off like this is kind of wild. This is a beef that's been getting prepared for years because of sneak dissing and them not really going at each other. So he finally decided to go at them. And a week later or so, Drake was ranting at shows about how he's untouchable or some shit, and communicating through IG captions. This guy is the most unserious keyboard warrior I have ever seen. And J. Cole responds with a mixtape called Might Delete Later, which was a 12-track project featuring a song that is a diss track to Kendrick Lamar. Now, general consensus is that this is not one of Cole's best projects, definitely. I mean, I didn't really like it myself, but we're not here to talk about the project, okay? I don't think Cole even cares that much about the project, if I'm being real. I think he just wanted to put something out, you know, get some numbers in, and also make a diss towards Kendrick Lamar. Now, what did he say in the actual diss track? This is what we've been waiting for. Finally, after so much sneak dissing and tension between the Big Three, someone has lit the fire, Kendrick Lamar, and now it's time to battle. It's time to go at each other, okay? J. Cole has responded with, "To pimp a butterfly was born." This was the moment. J. Cole just knocked himself out. He managed to somehow, someway, score an own goal in the 90th minute of the game. He missed the free throw to win the game. The other team got the ball and they just got a free layup. That is basically what just happened. Let's break down this diss track. He's still doing shows but fell off like The Simpsons. When if you look at the numbers, you can see that the last Kendrick tour was his most successful. So that's just wrong. And then he goes on to talk about the quality of Kendrick Lamar's music. I'm yelling, I'm sorry. Your first shit was classic, your last shit was tragic, your second shit put people to sleep but they gassed it, your third shit was massive and that was your prime. I was trailing right behind but I just now hit mine, now I'm in front of the line with a comfortable lead. Let's break this down, okay? First, your shit was a classic. He's already complimenting him on a diss track. I cannot believe this. He goes on to say that To Pimp a Butterfly put people to sleep, that Mr. Morale was tragic, and that Damn was massive and that it's Kendrick's prime. You're meaning to tell me, with a serious face, that you found To Pimp a Butterfly boring. Is that what you're telling me? Jermaine, is that what you're telling me? The album that has done way more for your culture than you as a whole ever will is boring. The most critically acclaimed album of the 2010s is boring. Okay, then you say that just now you've entered your prime and that this whole time you've been trailing right behind. So you're saying that this whole time for like 12 years this man has been ahead of you. Sick? Okay, yeah, great. Mate, you've really dissed him there. You somehow managed to compliment your opponent in a battle. You've said he's got a classic album, that his third album was massive, and that he was better than you for 12 years. That's what you've just said. I mean, even Jay-Z wasn't dumb enough to say that Illmatic was bad. Come on, come on! And then you go on to say he averages a hard verse every 30 months, poking Kendrick at the fact that he doesn't drop often at all. But I just don't understand how you're going at him for his quality. Forget about the quantity for a second. In the past decade, Kendrick Lamar has dropped some of the best hip-hop albums I have ever heard. He's shown off that he's got some of the best storytelling, some of the best concept for songs. He knows how to structure an album. His writing is great. I mean, he's just shown that he's better than you. And you fire back by not saying much and just blatantly saying that one of the best hip-hop albums of all time was boring. Oh, and also complimenting Kendrick throughout the whole track. I really don't get it. All Kendrick said was, wait, I'm going. That's literally like that. That's what the song is. You somehow lost. You somehow lost with him even responding. And 2 days later, J. Cole comes out apologizing for the diss track, saying he couldn't sleep when he dropped it, and that he is not gonna go further with the beef, and he thinks Kendrick is one of the greats, and he apologized. I'm so done. Kendrick Lamar's the GOAT, okay? This could have been our Biggie and Tupac moment. Come on. I'm so done. Kendrick's the GOAT. I don't care.